Andrews had a drop as well earlier, and for the game to go possibly to overtime, and the conditions, the ball's just a little bit short. You got to catch that all day, but your foot slips. Andrews had a drop as well earlier, and for the game to go possibly to overtime, and the conditions, the ball's just a little bit short. You got to catch that all day, but your foot slips.
So we got to talk about Mark Andrews. Um, where do I even start? Okay, first let's just get it out the way first. Um, yes, Lamar threw an interception. Um, that interception looked like miscommunication from him and Rashad Bateman, but okay, whatever. We'll put it on Lamar. The fumble from that was caused by Damar Hamlin, um, that was a bad play. That was terrible, terrible play. Got to hold on to that football, and yeah, that's just a terrible play. That's on Lamar. Everything else, everything else, not his fault. You can be mad. You can say I'm wrong. You can agree with me. Say I'm right. I I don't care right now because I watched the game like everybody else did, and that's on Mark Andrews. That whole thing is on Mark Andrews. The Lamar turnovers happened in the first half. They were they were down by 21. They were down 21-10 at halftime. Came back out, got a stop, got points, and were moving the ball. But Mark Andrews trying to channel his inner Reggie Bush against Fresno State, trying to back juke and cross the field. Like, what are you doing? What could you possibly have thought that you were gonna do on that play, Mark Andrews? Because it's not like this whole year you've covered yourself in glory and been balling out of control. The first 5, 6, how many weeks of the season, we didn't hear from you. You were putting up 0, 0, 0 target catches yards, 0 touchdowns. Like what? Who? You've been a very good player, but in big 2024 crossing over to 2025, it's not been that. It's not been that. Like you've come along, you've gotten better as the season has gone on, but I, I just the fumble is one thing, but then to watch Lamar Jackson drive the length of the field in a way that I'm sure people still believe that he can't do after we saw him do it last night, with the game on the line. To watch him drive down the field, get the touchdown, the 2 point play is called, and it's a perfect play call. You know why? Because Mark Andrews is goddamn wide the fuck open. It was a perfect play call. I don't want to hear all this shit talking about, oh, why didn't you give the ball to Derrick Henry? Why didn't you give Lamar Jackson the ball to keep it? Like, watch the play. Watch both of the 2 point plays. Them bitches were wide open. Wide open. And the first one, Lamar threw the pass, it got knocked down from like his line of sight, but the receiver he was throwing to was wide open. And on the one that we're all talking about to end the game, Mark Andrews was butt naked and he just dropped that. And he just dropped it. He just dropped it. And he dropped the Ravens season. He maybe dropped his roster spot in Baltimore because legitimately, like I know they're saying the right things. Lamar is saying the right things that it wasn't his fault. It's a team game, and that's what you're supposed to say. But I'm not a Baltimore Raven. I'm not on that team. I can say like I don't see how you can actually bring him back. Like not even because like he's a bad person or yes he made yes he had a terrible game and but like I just can't see how they can sit in the locker room and see him and not see the heartbreak. I don't know how they could be there with him. And you know, maybe in off season they'll get over it, they'll forget about it, but right now I don't know, I couldn't if I was on the Ravens team, I could and I did my part, I could not look at Mark Andrews without with with anything other than a level of hate that's probably unreasonable, but it is what it is. And it happened. And I'm not even a Ravens fan. I'm just mad he messed up my 4 for 4 on divisional weekend. Um so I can't even imagine if you're an actual Ravens fan how you would feel right now. Because I know I'm furious. I'm pissed off. So I can't even imagine what you feel like. So to the Ravens fans that I do know, to the big Lamar Jackson fans that I know, like I apologize to you. I'm sorry for you. I feel for you. People were on Twitter talking about, oh my God, you gotta feel so bad for Mark Andrews. How could you fuck Mark Andrews? He's the one that lost the game. I don't feel bad for him. I feel bad for Lamar. I feel bad for Derrick Henry. I feel bad for Rashad Bateman. I don't give a fuck about Mark Andrews. Why am I supposed to be I, like? What, why am I supposed to feel bad for him when he did it? He fucking did it. I don't give a like. I that really I can't imagine why I saw that on Twitter last night. Feel bad for Mark Andrews. And it's I really don't even have words and it's all like it's always them Oklahoma dudes, man. It's always the Oklahoma football alumni. Fucking Baker Mayfield ruining my Sundays for 4 years and now I got Mark Andrews ruining my parlays and my picks and perfect record over the weekend and I got real beef with Oklahoma. I got I have real superficial beef from Baker Mayfield and Mark Andrews. Um and if you know me well enough, you know I got beef with Oklahoma coaching staff. So that's a different video. We won't get into that here, but if you know, you know. Um but anyway, um going on to the recap of everything else. Um, yeah, I pretty much gave you the sauce for the first 3 games of the weekend. Kansas City pulled that out. They pulled the cover out of their ass, but they still did it. They blocked they blocked that field goal, kept the cover intact. Um, so it's Patrick Mahomes. It's Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs. and he didn't have a great game, but Travis Kelce did, and that's all you really needed. And Saturday night you got Washington. Washington beating the Lions, and I'm sorry to the Lions fans. You had a great run, but Jaden Daniels is here. Jaden Daniels is him, and he is going to be a force to be reckoned with for the years to come. And we're not getting into picks for next weekend yet, but um when it comes to Jaden Daniels, I might do something really might have some bets that are really probably irresponsible, but I don't care. I've watched them. I've watched them both games. I've watched them all year, and I'm in love. So, but again, another video, different day, and then uh, oh yeah, and Sunday early. I forgot everything that happened yesterday because goddamn Mark Andrews. But the first game, Rams just barely, just barely covered. Um, that plus 6.5. They lost by 6, so they got right underneath it. A lot of people, I guess, if they didn't put the bets in until yesterday, they only were getting plus 6, so it pushed. But I told you on Thursday, or yeah, I told you on Thursday to get that plus 6.5. So got that. It hit. Um, Jalen Hurts, will he be okay to play next Sunday? Question mark. We'll see. But they pulled it out. Saquon Barkley is an animal. Shout out to Matt Stafford. Tried to do everything he could, but just it was too little, too late. Just wasn't enough. Wasn't enough to pull it out. Um, but yeah. So we know what happened with the Ravens. So it is what it is. It is what it is. But still, 3 out of 4, 75% isn't bad. Um, 70% against the spread so far in the playoffs. Only a 10 game sample size, but like that's elite. So, you're welcome. You're welcome to anybody that's tailing me. So appreciate you doing that. So, um, moving on. Still tonight. Tonight's a national championship game. I'm still on OSU minus 8.5. Got that locked in previously. Um, haven't looked again today, but I'm assuming because it hasn't moved all week, so I'm assuming it's just gonna stay at OSU minus 8.5. But still locked onto that. Still feel good about that. Um, especially knowing the corners for Notre Dame are talking about they're going to stick to their man coverage, and God bless them. So they still want to do that. That is their prerogative, but good luck. Um, so yeah, sticking with OSU minus 8.5 there, and got some programming reminders or program updates for the channel coming up. If you follow me on Instagram, you may have seen um I've posted a couple little highlight clips, highlight reels of my EA Sports College Football 25, my 5-star quarterback. Posting those highlights, and I have a commitment video that will be posted tonight. I'm gonna post that during halftime of the national championship game. And if uh, and if you have seen me on Instagram, you may have seen in the caption I was down to a top 4, and now I'm down to a top 2, and I'm either going to Ohio State or I'm either going to Notre Dame. So and it Obviously, doesn't come down to who wins, but um, I narrow my choices down to Ohio State and Notre Dame, and that commitment video will be out at halftime of the game tonight, and then I will have some follow up coverage coming very soon um, with that content. So um, just wanna let you guys know if you're subscribed to me, if you're following me, if you're supporting me, I just want to say thank you. Um, and there will be more content coming. So that college football 25 content will be coming. Um, that is that is my number one thing, but I'm also thinking about dabbling in some other video games. Might hop on a little 2K. Um, I just had the idea last night. I haven't finished Spider-Man 2, so I may play that. I may finish that on the channel. I may go back and replay Hogwarts Legacy on the channel. So just depends on what I'm feeling, but you will get that college football 25 content, and you'll still get some football content, bets, analysis from me every week. That's guaranteed. That is what I'm here for, and then everything else is just extra, just stuff I want to do. If you wanna watch that and support that, I would love it. But if you're here, be here for the actual real football content that I want to provide. Um, so yeah, that that's really that's really all I got. And I appreciate you guys sticking around if you're still here. And thank you for subscribing if you're subscribed. Thank you for watching if you're still watching. And thank you for the support. It doesn't go unnoticed. I know I'm new at this. I know it might be a little rough around the edges sometimes, but um, I'm gonna do it consistently. I really enjoy it, and it's gonna keep coming. So if you if you like it, keep watching it, and I will keep doing it. So um, until the next time, see ya.